Let's keep this project moving right along. Today, let's assemble the X-axis and the Z-axis and get those installed on the machine. Let's go. Before we can assemble the X-axis and the Z-axis, I need to get all these guide rails cut down to length. So let me take them outside and get those cut down. The linear rails are cut to length, so let's get them installed here on the X-axis. Got my alignment tool again. I've got a couple side plates here from PCBWay, so let's get those opened up. All right, those both look really nice. They're going to go something like that. This. But I think I need to tap a few holes before we install them on here. All right, let's get the holes tapped for this piece. That is all of them for this side plate. Now for the other side, looks like I got some M5s to tap and also a few M3s. All right, I think this panel's done also. Let's start assembling this X-axis. Okay, this is the front. Let's get one side on here and then we'll add on the guide blocks. Let's drop in some T-nuts for some corner brackets. Okay, T-nuts are in. Let's add these guide blocks on here. All right, now we can install this other plate. All right, let's try that. Now I have a bunch of corner brackets to install. I'm pretty sure these are not necessary. I stole this design from my larger flat sheet cutting machine. And over this short span with the C-beam heavy, it already feels really rigid. So I don't think it's necessary, but you know, I already have the tapped holes and the angle brackets, so I'm gonna go ahead and add them. I've got all the corner brackets installed, except for the bottom four here. They can't be installed until after I get this mounted on the machine because it's going to block these access holes. So let's get this mounted. The X-axis is going to go right in here. It's a pretty snug fit, so I'm going to just ease it on down in there. I've got the X-axis in position here. All the screws are in the T-nuts. And I'm not sure how far back or forward it needs to be yet until I get the laser head on here. I want to get it as close to the chuck as possible, you know, with a little bit of clearance. And until I get all the Z-axis on here and the laser head installed, I won't know exactly what that distance is. So I think I'm going to just tighten it down right here for now, and then we'll adjust it later. Now I can get these last four corner brackets installed. Let's start building the Z-axis. I've got some more parts from PCBWay. Already got the extrusion cut to length and my linear guide rails cut to length. I'm going with the exact same design that I used on my flat sheet cutting machine. It worked really well, so I'm just going to use it again. Let's get these opened up. PCBWay has offered to sponsor a number of the custom milled aluminum parts for the project. You may know of PCBWay as a one-stop solution for PCB manufacturing, but they also offer a wide range of other manufacturing services such as CNC machining, 3D printing, sheet metal fabrication, and injection molding. This is a really great service for when you need parts but don't have the manufacturing capabilities in-house, or even just want to save time. For this tube cutting machine project, I ordered 24 unique parts, some of them having multiple quantities. I had the CNC machines to produce them, but ordering them through PCBWay has saved me a considerable amount of time. Ordering was easy. I just exported the set files from Fusion 360 and then drag and drop the files on their website, select the quantity and material. They also offer a number of different finishing options for machine parts, but this time I chose to go with raw aluminum. That way they would match the parts that I machined in-house. It took 21 days to receive the parts from the date of ordering, and they look great. The finish is much better than I can achieve with my CNC machines. So what I find cool in regards to my project is that whenever I'm all done, I can upload all my custom milled parts to PCBWay. Then anybody who wants to replicate the project can just add them to their cart and buy them and save a lot of time. So that's pretty awesome. So check out their website at PCBWay.com, and thank you to PCBWay for sponsoring this project. All right, and these two contain the bolt screw. All right, I got a bunch of holes to tap, and I still need to tap the ends of my extrusion. So let's get to that. This lower plate for the Z-axis just needs 4 M3 tapped holes. All right, that one's done. You know, I really had a hard time justifying the purchase of this electric tapping arm. It was pretty extravagant, and I didn't know that I would actually utilize it to justify it. But now that I have it, I can't imagine doing these projects all by hand. It's saving me hours of work. This top plate needs 3 M5s and then 4 M4s. All right, those 3 are done. Actually, I forgot there's 4 more here that I need to do. Okay, let's do the M4s. All right, this plate is done. Let's clean it up and then we'll move on. Let's go ahead and tap the ends of this extrusion for M5. This piece gets 6 M5s and I believe 2 M4s on the top. All right, the M5s are done. Let's do the M4s on the outside. I've got my M4 tap in here and I've set the depth to 8 millimeters. All right, this part's done. 2 more to go. While the M4 tap is in here and I have the depth set, let's go ahead and do the 2 holes on this plate. Looks like we have 6 M5 holes to tap here, and then this plate will be done. All right, I think this plate's done. 1 more to go. This last plate just has 10 M5 holes. All right, I think all the holes are tapped and we can now assemble the Z-axis. I've got some T-nuts installed on these linear rails. Let's get them installed on this extrusion. I've got my ball screw and end supports, so I think that's everything we need. Let's get this Z-axis assembled. I'm going to start with this bottom plate here. All right, cool. Let's get these corner brackets installed. See if we can get this plate attached to the guide blocks. Okay, that feels pretty good. Let's see if we can get this ball screw installed. I think I need some M4 screws to attach the ball screw top support. Okay. Now the bottom side. I've just loosely tightened both the end supports. They'll probably need adjustment once we get everything attached together so it can turn smoothly. Let's get this top plate installed here. All right, let's try that. Let's get the ball screw nut attached to these plates here. All right, that feels good. I think it's done. Let's test it out. I turned it all the way up and down manually and it felt nice and smooth. Okay, cool. Now I think we just need to get this plate mounted to the X-axis so we can get the two attached. Let's get this plate installed. All right, that feels really good. I've got the angle bracket started here. So let's see if we can get this attached. Okay, they're all started, so let me go ahead and get those all snugged down. I also want to get these 3 mounting points on the back here started. My T-nuts have fallen all the way down to the bottom, so I'm going to see if I can grab them with a magnet and pull them back up to the top. Okay, cool. All those are started. The Z-axis is installed. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's smooth, feels solid. Now that I have the Z-axis installed here, I need to see how far closer back I can get it to the front chuck. And I measured the width of the laser head. It's 140 millimeters. So if I look from the face of this, yeah, I'm gonna need to scoot this back about, about 30 millimeters back. So probably if I just line it up to right at the edge, that should give us enough clearance. All right, so I'm gonna get that adjusted. I've got the X-axis adjusted back, and now we have proper clearance for the laser head to fit. So, all right, cool. All right, that wraps it up for today. I think next time we'll work on the transmission systems for the Y and the X-axis, amongst some other things. Thank you to PCBWay for sponsoring this project, and thank you to all my Patreon supporters for making this project possible. Thank you guys, you're awesome.